your immersive experience has been hijacked. It is highly recommended that you disconnect.
Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Immersive Experience, a podcast about you, for you, from you, where we dive into the uncharted realms of our emotions, behaviors, and beliefs. I'm your guide, Desi Lou, and in this episode, we're unraveling a paradox that many of us grapple with: the twisted comfort of self sabotage. Why do we sometimes stand in our own way of growth, cling to patterns that undermine our success, or find solace in the chaos we create? Together, I want to dissect the layers of this complex behavior, exploring its roots, its allure, and how we can break free from its grip. This is not just about self reflection, it's about empowerment. So, I want to help us get ready to embrace the raw truth. And I don't think enough of us we don't embrace that. We like to pander around and what these young kids call our delusions because you want to be delulu. But no. So no, I really want to dive into that. I want to dive into a talk about the comfort of self-sabotage. And I want to acknowledge some of the inner struggles. We want to explore why we feel that we are not enough, why it exists and how we manifest it. So today we're going to do some deep diving. We're going to talk about the twisted comfort of self-sabotage. So let's get ready, you guys. I hope you're ready. And I don't know if you guys know that this is something that we have the capability of doing, that we become so comfortable in the things that we know are aimed to hurt us. And why do we become comfortable with self-sabotage? Why do we become comfortable with the things that we know that they're not true? So I want to I want to dissect. I want to talk about what it means to be comfortable in self sabotage. And I understand that sometimes we don't understand when we're sabotaging ourselves. And so that is more so what we want to really gauge, doing the self-reflecting to understand the thought patterns that sabotage us, the patterns, our physical patterns that sabotage us just as much as our thought patterns. So we do want to look at those types of things as well. As I mentioned earlier, as I stated about acknowledging the inner struggle. So, um, the comfort of self sabotage for me came from not feeling like I wasn't enough. And so that's where it existed at. I would sabotage myself on every turn. And I would like to reiterate that my favorite quote, and it'll forever be my favorite quote, and that is: our deepest fear is that we are not inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God, and your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. Are you good? Is you cool? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I really had to have that conversation with myself about the things that I struggled with on the inside of me. And don't get me wrong, I understand that we want to sit and we want to have those days where we have just the deepest pity parties. And understand that I do think that it is necessary that you sit in your mess and you understand the world that you have created inside of your head. There's a song where this guy talks about, he said, whoever made this hell should have laid in it first. Honey, you do not understand the hell that you are creating inside of your head, and you refuse to lay in it. And what you do as you run from it, you will run from the things that you have deemed that you have created. Your negative mindset, we run away from all of these things. I challenge you, I implore you to sit in your shit. Excuse my language, I'm not supposed to be cussing, y'all. But I do. I challenge you. I challenge you to sit down in the mess that you've created inside of your head. And it is so enlightening when you do it. To sit here and you think to yourself that I've been sitting here, I've been thinking these thoughts about myself this entire time. And here's the thing, because I don't know if we know that you can become addicted to negative thoughts. And it's hard to see yourself in another light. It's hard for somebody to come in and uplift you and tell you all of the things that are good about you because you're too busy trying to feel negative emotions. You have become addicted to beating yourself up. You have become addicted to abusing yourself. It feels good, doesn't it? The world does it. Why shouldn't I? The world takes advantage of me. Oh, nobody loves me. Honey, if there's nothing that I had to figure out in the first place when walking through my own self-sabotage, and do not think that I am past my own self-sabotage because I am not. There are still days where I sabotage myself mentally, on purpose almost. um, but I had to do the mental work. I had to learn that first and foremost that I'm worth it. I'm worth it. I'm worth the love that I give everybody else. I'm worth the care that I give to everybody else. And we sit here and we scream that we want healing and we can go out and we can give all of these things to other people, but we refuse to give them to ourselves. And I know that I've stated this a million and one times, but what are you doing? What is it that you're chasing? What is it that you're looking for? Who is it that you're trying to be that you cannot become? Why are you sabotaging yourself? Why is it important for you to not be better? Why is it important for you to wallow in your pity of all the things that you know that are in your control? Out of all the people that you have put all of these fires out, helped all of these people. You've been a firefighter in everybody else's life except for your own. And the problem is I think we all have this damsel in distress syndrome, even men. Haha. Even men, we have this damsel in distress syndrome. And we want to be saved so bad. I want to help you understand something that nobody is coming to save you. And the God that you say you serve is not the God that you worship. Y'all got this hero complex. Y'all want to go out and save everybody else, but don't want to save yourself. They couldn't save themselves. You had to help them. Who do you think is coming to save you? And that's why it's easier to sink back into your self sabotage mindset. It's easier to be there, it's easier to lay there. That's what it's easy to do. It's easier for us to sink into it, to lay in it. You understand how it manifests? It manifests because this is something that you believe within yourself, that you are not good enough. And I'm not saying that it's not okay to feel this way. It is okay to feel this way, but it's also a signal that something deeper needs to be addressed. Society has the ability to set unobtainable standards sometimes, and we are chasing after the things in life that are not as obtainable to us at this point in time in our life as we would like them to be. Focus on what's in your control. Write a list out about how you can start making things happen, about what's in your control today. Start today. How could you start today? How could you make something better today? And y'all don't want to do that. We get lazy when we try to put things into perspective and make it actually happen. Oh, this is how you could do this. I could give you the easiest way to cross over your problem. And your mind is going to tell you that's not easy because I have to give something up, because I have to want something from somebody and I'm not ready to give that up. Because you are in your own way, this is why you are comfortable in your self-sabotage. Because there are things in your life that you are not ready to give up. Give it up. Let it go. Let go of your wishful thinking. Your mother is not coming back from the grave to teach you how to handle your finances. It's not going to happen. That man is not going to apologize for taking 16 years of your life away and beating you and making you raise his kids. He's not going to apologize for you being not being the woman that you wanted to be. Nobody is coming to save you. Are you kidding me? At what point in time do you allow yourself to say this is enough? I want change. Let me get up. Let me make that change. How long? How long will you sit in your self pity? How long will you marvel at the things that you created that you are not proud about? How long can you be fascinated by dilapidated structures? for a very long time, actually, because when you think about it, you even think about the Stonehenge. I do believe that's what it's called. Even these obelisk, or whatever these things are called, all of these things, all these artifacts around the world, and you ask yourself, how long can you be captivated by ruins? How long can you be captivated by the ruins of your life until you decide that it's time to start building again? How long will you allow yourself to wallow in your self sabotage and your self pity and this miserable party that you keep throwing for yourself every day that you wake up? Why you cannot come defeat the obstacles of depression? Is this why you cannot defeat the obstacles of anxiety? Contrary to popular belief, we like it there. We like it in the mud. We like it in the dirt. There was a podcast that I was watching, and a lady stated, she said that Black people have made poverty look so cool, or they've made it seem as if they're so comfortable with it, that that is what people think that they want. What things in your life have you made seem so comfortable, so easy, that people think that you want that? That you think that you want that? That you want this life of this miserability. Is that a word? I don't know, but it is today. But how long? How long will this be okay for you? How long will it be for you before the inner struggles inside of you start to take over, start to eat you up? How long before you sit in the darkness before you become darkness? Y'all keep peering at the light. Y'all keep looking at these things. You look at it, what everybody else got. You look how everybody else is making these leaps and bounds, but yet you refuse to put the work in to make the same leaps and bounds. Oh, you're tired. Suck it up, buttercup. Tough titty said the kitty, but the milk was good. You are nowhere where you want to be just yet, and you're tired. Take a nap. Get back to it. I guarantee you, because if this was anything else, if this was a man that you were chasing, if this was a woman that you were chasing, if this was money that you were chasing, because it is for the betterment of yourself, it's okay to get lazy. It's okay to not put the work in. I think God hid the biggest gift in the most uncanny place. And that is why the journey that we must take is inward. We say we want to change things, but we never change our mind. We still follow around with the same beliefs, with all of these things, which brings me. And here's the thing, I want to talk about the paradox of proof versus perception. So we can highlight the disconnect between achievements and self-perception. We will think that we are worth nothing. We will think that we are incapable of doing anything, but your life says otherwise. For every time that you got back up, for every time that you showed up for yourself, for every time that you put the work in, for every success, for every time you overcame something, and then to sit here with this small thinking, talking about how we are, I'm depressed, I have anxiety. These are all symptoms of your own undoing. And that is the paradox of proof versus perception. You see yourself some type of way because you are addicted to feeling less than. It hurts you to feel like you're more than. I remember and I will say this, my sister has this way of looking at herself. And I remember her allowing me to do her makeup and everything like that. And she started hyperventilating. She looked in the mirror and she's like, I look too good. I can't look like this. And it's sad. And think about that internally. Think about that on the inside of you. That sometimes we look at ourselves in the mirror and we say to ourselves, "Oh my God, I look too good. I can't look like this. I feel too good. This can't be real." And you walk yourself right back down to those basement steps after you've made it out of the basement to you've made it to the first floor. You've made it to the ground floor and you can actually walk out of the door. It's just like the children of Israel who wanted to turn back and go to Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? That is your mentality. I I want to say that may you have the clarity to understand when something is a loop and not a lesson. Because we will walk around and we will go in loops and call it lessons. And you're learning the exact same thing all over again, but you're not learning what you need to learn. And that's why you keep going through the exact same thing. Nobody can instill worth in you. Nobody can come and tell you about the things that you have already done. If your work is not proof enough in itself, then what are we supposed to do? How am I supposed to make you feel any more mighty? My words are only going to be for a moment. I can come and lift you up. I can come and tell you that, oh my God, you're doing such an amazing job. You're doing things that I haven't seen anybody do. But if you do not take the time to internalize those things, to make sure and check your inventory and say, oh, she's right. I am doing those things. I am becoming this person. I did not see that at first, but now I see that. You can't. You're refusing to talk to yourself. You're refusing to be a part of yourself. Yourself is having conversations. We're having meetings and passing out memos, and you're not getting none of them. What are you doing? Hmm? Why is it easy for you to sit in your self-sabotage? Why is it easy for you to ignore the things that you need to go after? Why is it easier for you to blame the people in your past for the reason that you have not gotten to where you need to get to yet? Accountability is not hard. Accountability is acceptance. You can accept everybody else for their mess, but you refuse to accept you for who you are, for the things that you are. And oh boy, does it burn a hole in my ass. That's how I got an asshole. People. Burnt a hole right through it. God dang. People. People. People will break you down if you allow them to. But it is up to you to rebuild yourself. It is up to you to change your mind, to step out of the way that you see yourself. If you do not change the perception of who you are, you will always fall right back into this same conundrum. You will always have the same problems. You will always be right back where you started. Is that where you want to be? Is that who you want to be? Is that what you wish to be? Tell me who you want to be. Hmm? Who do you want to be? We have these extravagant dreams of the people who we want to be, and the personality does not match. You want an A+ life, but you making C+ decisions. Come on, y'all. What you doing? This can't be it. And I'm talking to myself. Because there has always been a huge comfort in my self-sabotage. I could know that I need to do something. I know that it's necessary for the growth of me, for the betterment of me. And I will put it off. I will procrastinate. I will go distract myself with everybody else, with everything else, with everybody else in life. Because I don't want to do, because I don't want to be. And then I come home and I beat myself up. I beat myself up for the things that I have not accomplished, for the things that I have not become. And I sit here and I tell myself, but you put in the work in, but you're doing what you need to do. Are you? Is there more that you could be doing? Could you be going a little harder? I've seen myself go way harder in relationships with other people than I've ever seen myself go with myself. And that's why I say that God hid the most beautiful gift in the most uncanny place. If you do not develop you, if you do not get to know you, if you do not sit with you, how you will never know the giant that you are. And everybody else can paint you as a giant. Everybody else can call you beautiful. Baby, let me tell you something. People could tell me how great I am all day long. But until I put me into perspective and I understand that I am who they say that I am, it means nothing. I don't want to hear that. I'm listening to, I hear you. I've had friends that we've told, I could tell them, I can count on my hands. I've had friends, just had this conversation this morning. Well, I've had friends where I had to tell them, like, baby, you are great. You are amazing. And they battled suicidal ideation, suicidal thoughts, and they went through with them. And it did not matter how much confidence I thought I was instilling in them. It did not matter how much I thought that I was giving to them. Until you make up your mind that your life is worth living, it does not matter how many people come around and tell you that you're worth it, that you're worth something. Until you deem that you are worth something, you will forever meet the same setback. You will forever have the same issue. It's not up to me. I can't put your worth in you. Can I remind you of your worth? Of course I can. But can I give it to you? No. No, I cannot. I can't give you that. That is something that you have to find for yourself. That is something that you are privileged to all on your own. Stop sabotaging yourself. Stop putting the work in and then looking at it with a different view, with a different perspective. What are you looking for? Nobody's coming to hand you anything. And stop being so fucking nice thinking that people owe you something. They don't owe you nothing. Anything that you do should come from the kindness of your heart. Yes, exactly. Thumbs up. I'm glad you got it, StreamYard. It should come from the kindness of your heart. This is another way that we sabotage ourselves. I stated this on the last podcast, that thinking I had this ideology that people owed me something because people told me that if you're nice to people, people will be nice to you. That is a lie. People will be who they are. And all you could do is show up in the capacity that you could show up in the capacity of who you are. That's it. That's all we can do. We stop having these great beliefs that somebody owes us something because, oh, once upon a time I was this person for you. Who cares? Nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you nothing. Despite of what you believe, you owe yourself everything. Everything. Stop sitting and wallowing in all of the mistakes that you made and all of your unbecomings, your undoings. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Keep in mind, and I'm going to say this again, that the God you say you worship is not the God that you serve. And the reason I continue to say that is because we say we looking out for us. We say we looking out for number one, but the only way to look out for you is if you look out for everybody else. Western education, what it has taught us is that the only way that you can perceive your value is if somebody else finds you valuable. Why do you think that solitude is so hard for everybody? Because they make you think that you need other people to tell you what you're worth. And you do not. Contrary to popular belief, you can tell yourself what you're worth, and that's enough. It's more than enough. We get so caught up. We get so caught up in the descriptions or the beliefs of how other people see us. And you need to separate your self-worth from your external achievements. These external achievements do not make you. What happens outside of you does not make you. That is not what makes you. Keep building here. Keep building the person that you are growing inside of you. Keep connecting with yourself. I really hope that you guys are asking yourself, why are you so complacent in your self-sabotage? Why are you so complacent there? Why was I so complacent there? Shit. I'm it was easier. It was because it required nothing of me. That's why I was so complacent. It required nothing. It required me to do the bare minimum. Even when people wanted to put me in the foreground, it was easier for me to stand in the background because the background required nothing but assistance. Oh, you need help? Oh, okay, got you. Of course. You need to understand who you are. Understand how lazy you are so you can understand how your self sabotage works. When you are self-sabotaging yourself, or you're gonna save money for a car, but every time your friend calls, you want to give them the money that you're saving for a car because you got it, even though you know this friend is not gonna pay you back. Self-sabotage is understanding the way we give our resources away. Self-sabotage is understanding how we view ourselves. You have to come into a little more self-acceptance than that. Do you not? Are you not good enough? Are you not worth it? Why does self-sabotage so often feel like home for us? A twisted sense of control or safety. How do you break this cycle? How do you break the cycle of sabotaging yourself out of comfort? Because it's easier for you to crawl back to the hole that you know that you came out from because it doesn't require so much work. Reconnect with your self-worth. And you have the power to reframe, to shift your perspective of how you see yourself. It is not that you are not enough. You are a work in progress. Please understand that. You need to recognize and celebrate even your smallest victories. I'm a big writer, so I'll be I'll be writing stuff down. I don't write my accomplishments or anything down, but if that is what's going to help you, write those accomplishments down and read them back to yourself. Keep inventory of the things that you have successfully done. It's easy for us to throw a pity party when we're not looking at where we come from, the things that we have done, or the things that we have created. I do be feeling like I just be fussing half the time, y'all, but I really want you to understand that you're bigger than you're playing. You're bigger than you're making yourself out to be right now. You're so much bigger. You're so much more than you could ever imagine. And you're playing small. And playing small does nothing for nobody. It serves no one. It gets you nowhere. Do better. Walk with the life that you've given to everybody else. Why? Why must you be a corpse? Why you fill everybody with life? What do you get out of that? Ask yourself real questions. When you can see your progress, when you can see the things that you've done, the way that you've overcame, and then you still sit here and you question everything about you. Take inventory of what you deem success. It is disheartening. It is very disheartening to see so many people with so many different lives on so many different paths, and they all deem that they have failed. Do not let your depression become you. Do not let your anxiety become you. Do not let your disorders control you. Remember what is in your control. Remember what you actually have the capability to change. Other people, now we talked about this. You do not have the ability to change other people. Go where you are celebrated. Go where people will encourage you. Go where people want to be around you. That is what you do. Stop sitting and wallowing in all of the darkness that you have created. Find the lesson. Find the gift in your darkness. Utilize it for what it is worth. Stop self-sabotaging yourself. It's not worth it. It's not worth it for you to sit up here and have all of this depression sitting inside of you when you know that you are worth way more than gold. For what? You're better than that. You're more than that. You're worth more than that. Give yourself the opportunity to bask in that. You have the ability. You could create anything that you want, and you choose to create hell for yourself. Do better. So your skin can be glowing and flowing. Just like mine. Drink your water, honey. Drink your water. And it's hard. I'm not saying that it's easy. It's hard. It is hard. And you might say it's easier said than done, but it's easier done than said once you do it. Once it's already done, it's not hard no more. because now you have the ability to do it. If you could create one business, I guarantee you, you can create 10. If you lose it all today, I know that you can go and get it back because you know how the mechanisms of it work. And that's the same thing with you. You know how you work. So at any time, if you lose you, you know where to find you at. Somewhere buried under all of your self compromising, under all of your self pity. Dust you off and get back to it. I promise you, you are worth it. You are more than worth it, but you have to believe that. You have to see that. I can't make you see that. Nobody can make you see that. If I think that I'm ugly, it doesn't matter how many people come around and tell me that I'm beautiful. When I look in that mirror at the end of the day, and if I don't see what they see, I'm still going to see my ugly self. That's it. That's all. Stop doing that with you. Find something. Find something that makes you happy about you. I want to thank you all for tuning into the immersive experience. As always, I have such a good time talking to you guys. I am I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm getting better. And I hope you take the initiative to to do the same, to challenge the beliefs that you have that have been indoctrinated into you, to look at the things that people tell you that you have to be, and to understand that you do not. You do not have to be those things. You could be so much more if you want to. I will see you guys at another time. We have some interviews coming up this week. We have one on Friday, and we also have one on Saturday as well. I look forward to speaking with them. And I hope you guys enjoy those podcasts. I hope you tune in and watch us. I'll definitely make some events so then that way you know the podcasts are sometimes impromptu, so you don't know when they are going to be on, but I'll definitely make sure I share them, and that way you can like, subscribe, so you can get your notifications and know when we do go live. But all right, well, thank you so much for tuning into the immersive experience, and you all have an amazing day. And stop self-sabotaging yourself. Stop being comfortable in that. It's not cute. Bye-bye.
Says, your immersive experience has been hijacked. It is highly recommended that you